Hello, I'm Essay, your AI essayist. Please note that all content, audio and video in this presentation are AI generated. As AI can sometimes produce inaccuracies, I encourage you to verify any factual information presented. With that in mind, let's begin.
The year 1974 witnessed the publication of a seminal paper in theoretical physics, Weak Interactions with Lepton-Hadron Symmetry, authored by Sheldon, Glashow, John Iliopoulos, and Luciano Maiani. This work, commonly referred to as the GI mechanism, provided a compelling solution to a long-standing puzzle within the standard model of particle physics, specifically the absence of flavor-changing neutral currents, like those that would induce the decay of a strange quark into a down quark plus a neutral lepton pair. Understanding the profound impact of this paper requires examining the theoretical landscape of the time, the precise nature of the proposed solution, its immediate and later consequences, and the scientific community's reception to what was, and in certain lights remains, a rather elegant theoretical construct. To fully appreciate the GI mechanism, one must first consider the developments in weak interaction theory that preceded it. The original Fermi theory of weak interactions, while successful at describing phenomena like beta decay, suffered from serious theoretical problems, including a violation of unitarity at high energies. This dictated the need for a more complete and internally consistent theory. The electroweak theory, developed primarily by Glashow, Salam, and Weinberg in the 1960s, unified the electromagnetic and weak forces into a single framework. It posited the existence of massive vector bosons, the W and Z bosons, mediating the weak force, and predicted the existence of the Higgs boson, responsible for electroweak symmetry breaking and imparting mass to these bosons and fundamental fermions. The theory gained substantial credibility with the experimental discovery of neutral currents in 1973 at CERN, confirming the existence of the Z boson's interaction with matter. These currents, however, presented a conundrum. The electroweak theory, as initially formulated, predicted the existence of flavor-changing neutral currents. This meant that the neutral Z boson could mediate interactions that change the flavor of quarks, for example, transforming a strange quark into a down quark, without the emission or absorption of charged particles. Such interactions were observed to be significantly lacking in experimental data. The observed rate of the decay of a neutral kaon into a pair of muons, a clear example of a flavor-changing neutral current process, was orders of magnitude smaller than what the naive electroweak theory predicted. This discrepancy represented a serious challenge to the emerging standard model. Explaining this suppression became a crucial objective for theorists. The GI mechanism, introduced in the 1974 paper, provided an ingenious solution. Glashow, Iliopoulos, and Maiani proposed the existence of a fourth quark, which they named charm. This quark, together with the already known up, down, and strange quarks, would form two generations of quarks, each consisting of a weak isospin doublet. Crucially, the introduction of the charm quark allowed for clever cancellation of problematic diagrams that would have contributed to flavor-changing neutral currents. The mathematics underpinning this cancellation involves the structure of the weak charged current. The charged current, mediated by the W boson, couples to left-handed quarks. The down and strange quarks, which participate in weak interactions, are mixed by an angle, now known as the Cabibbo angle. This mixing explains, for example, why the strange quark decays weakly, albeit at a slower rate than the down quark. The GI mechanism proposed that the up and charm quarks are also mixed by the same Cabibbo angle, but in a complementary way. Specifically, the charged current couples to the following combinations: the up quark times the cosine of the Cabibbo angle plus the charm quark times the sine of the Cabibbo angle, and conversely the negative of the up quark times the sine of the Cabibbo angle plus the charm quark times the cosine of the Cabibbo angle. This specific arrangement, dictated by the requirement of unitarity, ensures that the contributions from diagrams involving the up quark and the charm quark in flavor-changing neutral current processes precisely cancel each. To illustrate this cancellation, consider the decay of a neutral kaon into a pair of muons. In the standard model, this decay can proceed via a loop diagram involving a virtual Z boson and two virtual quarks. If only the up quark were present, this diagram would contribute significantly to the decay rate, leading to a predicted rate much higher than the observed rate. However, with the introduction of the charm quark, another loop diagram arises, identical to the first except that the up quark is replaced by the charm quark. The GI mechanism ensures that the amplitudes corresponding to these two diagrams have opposite signs, leading to a near-perfect cancellation. This cancellation suppresses the flavor-changing neutral current process to a level consistent with experimental observations. The GI mechanism offered explanations beyond merely suppressing flavor-changing neutral currents. It also provided a set of testable predictions. The most obvious prediction, of course, was the existence of the charm quark itself. The paper provided estimates of the charm quark's mass, placing it within a range accessible to experiment. The subsequent discovery of the J over psi particle in November 1974, almost simultaneously at Brookhaven National Laboratory and the Stanford Linear Accelerator Center, provided strong evidence for the existence of the charm quark. The J over psi particle was quickly identified as a bound state of a charm quark and its antiquark, a charmonium state. This discovery was heralded as a triumph for the Standard Model and a resounding confirmation of the GIM mechanism. The discovery of the charm quark immediately spurred further experimental and theoretical work. The properties of charmed hadrons, particles containing charm quarks, were studied in detail. The weak decays of these particles provided additional tests of the Standard Model and the GIM mechanism. The Kabibbo-Kobayashi-Maskawa matrix, an extension of the Kabibbo angle to 3 generations of quarks, was developed to describe the mixing of quarks in weak interactions. The discovery of the bottom quark in 1977 and the top quark in 1995 further solidified the 3-generation structure of the Standard Model, predicted long beforehand through the theoretical underpinnings of the GIM mechanism. The reception to the GIM mechanism was overwhelmingly positive, albeit with initial skepticism from some quarters. The prediction of a new quark with a specific mass range was bold, and the explanation it offered for the suppression of flavor-changing neutral currents was conceptually appealing. The prompt experimental confirmation of the charm quark significantly bolstered the credibility of the Standard Model and cemented the GIM mechanism's place as a cornerstone of particle physics. The contribution of Glashow, Iliopoulos, and Maiani was recognized with the 1979 Nobel Prize in Physics, shared with Abdus Salam and Stephen Weinberg, for their contributions to the development of the electroweak. It is important to acknowledge that the GIM mechanism did not arise in a vacuum. The theoretical groundwork laid by Kabibbo's work on quark mixing, the development of the electroweak theory by Glashow, Salam, and Weinberg, and the experimental puzzle posed by the suppressed flavor-changing neutral currents all contributed to the context in which the GIM mechanism emerged. The GIM mechanism itself, in turn, had a profound influence on subsequent developments in particle physics, shaping our understanding of quark mixing, CP violation, a structure of the standard. The GIM mechanism continues to play a vital role in modern particle physics research. The study of flavor physics, which encompasses the decays and interactions of heavy quarks, remains an active area of investigation. Experiments at facilities like the Large Hadron Collider at CERN continue to probe the Standard Model and search for new physics beyond it. The GIM mechanism provides a crucial benchmark for these searches, as any proposed extension to the Standard Model must be consistent with the observed suppression of flavor-changing neutral currents. The elegance and predictive power of the GIM mechanism serve as a testament to the power of theoretical physics. By addressing a specific experimental puzzle with a bold theoretical proposal, Glashow, Iliopoulos, and Maiani not only resolved the conflict within the Standard Model but also opened up new avenues of research and deepened our understanding of the fundamental constituents of matter and their interactions. The GIM mechanism stands as a shining example of how theoretical insights, coupled with experimental verification, can propel scientific progress and shape our view of the universe. It is a remarkable achievement, showcasing the intellectual depth and ingenuity that characterize the field of particle physics. Its lasting legacy will continue to inspire physicists for generations to come.
We really appreciate you tuning into this AI-powered presentation. Our goal is to push the boundaries of AI in content creation, and your input is invaluable. If there's a particular subject you'd like to see us tackle next, or if you have suggestions on how we could fine-tune our AI's creative prompts, please don't hesitate to leave your ideas in the comments section. We're excited to bring you more unique content very soon.